What y'all looking at? Like, gang, listen, I'm not twerking on camera for YouTube. Like, that's some most childish shit. Oh, what's up, good, my nigga? Sup, Bill boy? I ain't seen you in a long time type shit. Wait, how you been doing, my nigga? Well, you know, I'm just hanging out, chilling out, you know what I'm saying? Miss Everybody big ass titties have me in jail, riveting, you know what I'm saying? Type shit. But thank you for the kids, though, really appreciate it. And I saw my own book, it's called Booty Over Booty. If you know, you know. No, I don't know, my nigga. I really don't know what booty over booty means. Anyway, guess my apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Nigga, you just asked about your world famous book, A Booty Over Booty, even though we don't know what that connotation means. I simply did not give a fuck. Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg you leave so long. Is Edgeworth here? They're standing by the window with the teacup in his hand. Right. He has the hotel bring him tea service? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry? I am. By the way, Detective Cumshoe was looking for you. Wait, let me look at that pamphlet. I did not. Hey, yo! How did niggas get a picture of me? Really? Was it helpful? Apparently, a new French restaurant is open near here. I think he was trying to console me or somehow. The real info was on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is taking a toll on him. Alright, let's talk to this nigga Edgeworth. Getting a little edgy my penis. I don't know what I said there. I'm not fucking funny at all, I ain't lie, gang. I just unsubscribe immediately, I ain't hold y'all. So, how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. Again? I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago. Tomorrow's trial. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney, however. Something happened? They gave control over the investigation over the police department. The bullshit life gives us. Great. We're out of luck. Well, guys, sunken greatness and at least not regret. We're gonna finish this series off on a big bang. The police department? Yes. Any further investigation for this case will be directed by the chief prosecutor, Grant. Bro, that nigga, bro, I ain't gonna lie, gang. That last episode, I ain't gonna lie, he was looking at me very, very weird. Like he was on the prowl for some penis. Gang, I ain't gonna let that go, gang. I don't know if I have enough, but trust me, I'll make it work. Type shit. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you? Why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still. Wow, never seen him this out of sorts. Yeah, sometimes when you get a lot of back shots in the early morning, you come up out of sorts in the rearranging area down here. Coming from an outside source. Not from me, of course, because, you know, I won't disclose the information so soon. Don't worry. The FAF meetings are coming up. And you know what the FAF meeting comes up? Watch more of my videos to find out what it is. You'll be a fan soon. Maybe a fucker fan. Let's present him some junk real quick. Alright, let's see. So name Bruce Goodman 59. Alright. Can I send this? Oh right. I better check this out now. Yeah, I gotta show him. As I was saying, what's this? A record of ID card usage? Edgeworth, you went to the evidence room. Fuck. God damn! Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Oh, it's gonna get juicy. I'm squishing up my booty cheeks right now with excitement. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go by Chief Grant, no less. The chief police? He wanted the evidence for the case I wrapped up a half a year ago. He told me that he wanted to keep it here in our prosecutor's office. A116. Very suspicious. I wonder how much I could stick that screwdriver in somebody's booty hole. Specifically mine, preferably. Recommended too. See on the handle, you can go and have the large shaft, just stick it in there. Ah! But it was soft, right? It would have just been there if evidence already filed. Exactly. What ain't there like a little void thing where like it's like a statute of limitations? Well, wait, Aceattorney get a lot of things wrong. I found out that homicide cases don't have a statute of limitations. How the fuck do we have a statute of limitations? This was like a homicide. The chief never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with this current case. Usually it does at the end of the day, bro. Some random ass case that was around the line all of a sudden has some relevance to the case we already have now. Coincidentally. Now I'm curious about this other case. I better make a note of it. Alright, yeah, that's the court record. Stubborn as always. I told you there's nothing to do with the current case. Alright, the glove. Right, please. And the prosecutor on this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case over a cup of tea. I'll pass it on the tea. Just tell me about the case. Mr. Wright, Mr. Edgeworth told you no in a very polite manner. Well, I said, quit hopping on dick. His penis going inside of your mouth, open and close, open and close. What side are you on anyway? That's what I'm saying, bro. Just hopping on. Maybe if I just show him any best evidence, I can get a reaction out of him. Alright, then. You know about this? Gives me no answers. Great. Emma, shut up. Nobody gives a damn about you. Like nobody asked you to be here. You can just leave. Leave your sister up in prison, get a booty bunched by a bunch of lesbians in prison. No offense. Hey. Be for your pride. I'm stupid. Here. It also do with that case you were on at the SO9 incident. Oh, sure, I just get some important information. And some dark suspicion you were wrapped in. You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. He must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. How does that have to connect with this case? Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. Alright, can we talk to him? The SO9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time, Damon Green. That wacky old coot. I almost said that old cooch. I'm about to say, what type of old cooch? I'm on the prowl. I'm hungry. I want some cougars and not the animal. I mean, them cougars are some animals. I ain't gonna hurt you at all, gang. 2 years ago then, he was a top officer and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow, you're getting nervous too? Mr. Edgeworth? What I want to know is why was the deputy chief of police on the investigation? Exactly. Normal niggas be like in like the little chairs and the office be like, do my work, give me a blowjob, like, hey bro, quick, give me orders, bro, I'm gonna do it anyways. In truth, I use slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murder. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict and the killer was executed. Wait, you did it? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do not have a code to follow faithfully. By the way, Emma, the police chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? If you were still studying forensic science? Yes, of course. Why, just today Mr. Wright was using this. Aluminum tested fluid. Well then, you might have to use it. What is that? This case getting interesting. We got lube in a butt plug. This is some actual good evidence. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints? Fuck, I can't say the accent right. God damn it. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I have no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, no need to thank me. Here to take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving these Detective Cumshoe as well? Yeah, this nigga probably might need it on his case. Well, let's keep going. One last investigation. Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. Where? February 23rd, evidence room sector 3. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here, in the blood on the detective's evidence locker. Let's use his secret weapon we just borrowed. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. I mean, shit. A finger? I don't feel comfortable talking about the situation right now with you in the room. Specifically, I'm gonna do it with your sister or Maya from the dead. I mean Mia. Whoa, I said Maya! Hey, yo! Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger and we'll have to leave behind the clearest prints. I really can't lie. I really can't tell the difference from a different glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger. Alright then, longer the better, so gotta keep it big, cause I remember. Order from your hand up, that's how big your penis is. Thanks, Father, for the information, by the way. Great father, by the way. Okay, so now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder. I can't take my accent serious. I can withdraw again. I cannot take myself serious. Like everybody else in my life. Huh? How do you do that? With the X button, see? Ah, it looks like it did a little trick. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Ah, so how do you do that? With the triangle button. Exciting, I know. Bro, they breaking the fourth wall. I'm the only one supposed to do that. Like and subscribe. I don't care, whatever you do, bro. Just watch the video. Imagine you're blowing out the candles at a birthday cake, or blowing out your homie. See? Horny niggas. You can't fuck with them. Like, how can one person be so horny every time? Like, imagine watching somebody be overtly horny for no reason, to say the most horniest shit for no reason. That motherfucker probably like annoying, right? You saying me? Wow, that looks like fun. It might take some getting used to though. It's fine. It won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on the thick and blow with the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. I guess I better give it a try. Alright, let's get all the excess cum out of the way. Hold on real quick, ready? Oh! Snorted that mug up like crazy angel dust. Aha! You did it, you found one. But this is like nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, it kind of does it. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint might have worn gloves. Don't tell me we're wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with these scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we are at it, why don't we look for other prints? Other prints? Look at the locker door again closely. Yeah, we know we have 5 fingers unless the nigga is a goddamn mutation. He got 7. Alright, let's try this finger to make her linger. Ready, y'all? Let's do this. Alright, we cool then. I think I have to try one of the fingerprints. Okay, let's move on to the different finger. Alright, let's see. Thumb? Yay, the print's so clear, it's dazzling. Okay, I didn't go all the way over here. I'm sorry, I forgot to snort up the access. You know what? Sugar. Dazzling? Anyway, let's print look some effort to find. Let's match it up, right? So, we're not done yet? This is quite a process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? I guess she's right. Look at the fingerprint data we got from the Mr. Edgeworth and point out the person you think that left these prints. Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was? I could make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprints we'll most likely find on the evidence locker? That's too close. Gumshoe? Aha! So these people wanted that to Gumshoe. Please don't tell me my nigga did it. Free my nigga, he ain't do that wrong. I mean, he did illegal manslaughter. He did drugs. He sold drugs to kids. He had sex with drugs. He had drugs with kids. He didn't do it, man. It was just all in fun, man. He didn't really do it. Release my nigga, man. Release him. Something wrong, Mr. Wright. You gave me this "sir what" look. I guess that's probably because I was thinking, so what? Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Something you always hit and you miss. You gotta go with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in his room. Let's check it out. Detective Goodman's evidence locker. It's empty. Only Detective Goodman himself can open his locker. So the person who took out this knife had been Detective Goodman? But why was it wrapped in a scarf muffler and stuck inside the car muffler? That makes sense. What the hell is that? This is where we got aluminum fluid reaction, right? Right! There was a handprint here. Okay, let's try to using this. Gotcha, the butt plug and the lube. The butt plug and the lube. Check for prints. Okay, let's check for prints. That's the spirit! Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What? There are areas with blood and wiped away, right? We'll only enter the finding and use in the chemical means. Any prints that were in that area will have to be wiped away too. Oh, right. So that means no prints. Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high? Don't ask me! Anyway, we must have to try to find the prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the ones that's by the bloody hand. Sorry, I had to do that real quick. Where am I supposed to dust at? I am all over the screen right now. I can't find nothing. Alright, let me get the dust over real quick. Let me get the cocaine. Let's do this. I gave it my best shot. What kind of result won't be any good for matching prints with it? But it doesn't look good. We'll have to get clear result from this print. Okay, let's try a different finger then. Less time to snag this angel dust. Alright, we ain't snagged all the angel dust, but don't worry, we're gonna get a good sniff, a good whiff, not enough, okay. Oh, I'm about to have a cardiac arrest. Alright, let's see. So. I knew it! I knew it was something to do with this nigga, bro. Look, it's a match. I have to be right. This is a match. Yes, sir. Hey, these fingerprints, they... Whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. Huh? Officer Jake Marshall? Marshall's fingerprints added to the court record. I know that little dirty, slimy Arthur Morgan head ass nigga was doing something shady. That's got to be the coincidence. He's getting involved in this crime. Emma. This is decidedly different from the Detective Cumshoe's prints. The luminal reaction, the blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh! So we have the Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a white blood stain. I knew something had to happen with that little slimy little joker, little western fake ass Texan. You're not making a stallion! Got that big ass dummy back there, I would agree though, but you have none! But why would Officer Marshall? It looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess it's what you call decisive evidence. I was going to make a joke, but like my eye got super itchy. I don't believe it. Ah, Jesus, something's still in my eye! Ah! To be continued. I'm not stopping. It's gonna be a long episode regardless. Let's go to the trial. So, what do you think of Mr. Wright? I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all, the victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. And a different suspect was arrested at the time of the crime scenes. Lana! Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished, actually. I'm used on my all-nighters though. So, how'd it go? Excuse me. It's as Mr. Wright suspects, the police are clueless. God damn, heartburn! I figured as much as I struck a plea bargain. A plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed if we told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't see capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. But Lana! Don't tell me you... How much to my regret. And as much as the dog as many of theirs they are. Miss Scott. We found traces of evidence in certain prison and police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall. What kind of trace evidence? Blood-stained fingerprints to be exact. She teed up right now. She did this face. Damn it, I fucked it up, bro. See, I keep messing up opportunities for making me niggas laugh. That's the trump card. No biting. You do understand what this means, don't you? In order to defend my sister, you want to have to accuse Mr. Marshall? We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Scott? Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. You know what I should say? You know my catchphrase. Bitches, booty, and bacon. Let's get this shit, my nigga. Let's go! Court is now in session for a trial of Miss Lana Scott. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is... I'm afraid you have to do that clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Yet the victim Bruce Goodman was slain at both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? That sworn right here, the victim for the evidence room just disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Wow, this is one messed up trial. One of my duties as a prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today I will present evidence related to the murder at the part of the police department. Fuck, can't read. I am also doing, I believe, the way in which we proceed to reveal itself. Now that I see Mr. Edgeworth's part, he sounds so on top of things. Even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. And that's supposed to be a admirable trait? Lana, or whatever your name is. Emma, robot, slave, rodent, I don't give a damn. You're stupid as hell. Quit dick sucking. Very well. Let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness today at the stand. For his first witness, the prosecution calls. The suspect of the murder occurred at the police department. The suspect? You mean the so-called murder? Yes, sir! You're not gonna get wild from the get-go. It's gonna get shivery. It's gonna get comfortable. Thought it was gonna be Jake Marshall. Got his dumb ass nigga Minkins. Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir! I am Officer Minkins, sir! My occupation is, that would be murder, sir! Minkins? Sorry, my nose kind of itchy today. Minkins? Did we talk about not beating your meat in public? This is public decency. Quit jerking chicken, you're not Jamaican! So you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I'll never kill anyone again. Sir, you gotta believe me, sir! Actually, we'd like to hear from you is... Sir, I want you to call the young generation, sir! A person whose actions and those can possibly comprehend! Please, Edgeworth, sir. Help me, sir. Officer Meekins. Yes, sir! Give us your report of the crime. Consider that an order. Yes, sir, as you wish! After all, I am a part of the generation that must be told what to do, sir. Nigga, you're not part of Gen Z, nigga. You're part of Gen Alpha Omega, nigga. Shut your dumb ass up. You can't fault it for a lack of enthusiasm. Emma, don't fucking encourage this. Although it was not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard evidence at the room that day. I spotted a suspicious man at the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life. Then I did it. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you? Don't understand what's right there to you, sir! That's the Meekins family model, sir! I see. Then you be fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness? Yes, sir! He knocked me upside the head, sir! Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. What I need here is more info to work with. We gonna have to utilize the save button with this motherfucker. Watch how I work. Oh, that was not my normal duty. I was assigned to guard evidence that day. Hold it right there. Yes, sir! I'm in charge of hiring new recruits, sir. Yikes, now there's a scary thought. Evidence transfer was taking place on the day of the crime, which means any officers were given special tasks not ordering performed. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir. The Blue Badger? Yes, sir, the lovely police mascot created by the chief detective, sir. Hey! Freestyle, nigga! Hold on, freestyle, man. Y'all can skip this if you want to, though. But if you want to see some hot fire skills, make sure your TV don't burn, because I'm going to burn that motherfucker with these hot bars! Listen. I want to play with your coochie. I want to play with your booty. Please don't hurt me. I'm just a fly nigga. Looking at these niggas, I got my fly trigger. Don't mess with me, I'm that nigga. Play you around and I'ma shoot you block, nigga. Playing with me, I'm drinking some lean. But actually it's Sprite, not lean. I'm lean, bitch's spleen. Poker back dick in her spleen. I was sure it was not broken during the transferal process. Then I stole my mission today, sir. Told y'all I had some fire bar. It was gonna burn your TV. Now it's in flames. I see. So this is a very important mission. After the reward ceremony, I spent the day and there were so many people around. They didn't record the Blue Badger for the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there? I spotted a Swiss man in the security screen rushed in the room. Hold it! Hold it right there. In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck. So then, your ID number should be listed on here, correct? Hey, I keep burping online. Jeez, I had gas from last night. Too much information, I know. There it is, that's where I found it. This is one right here. Could you please read us the number? Yes, sir, it's 4989596. That's my number, sir. I see. Huh? But I remember the 4989596. It's on being used twice. Alright. Set the scene. Officer Meekins comes in, checks around. Goodman's out of there, right? Goodman doesn't have his ID card right now, correct? Because if he could have gotten, now he should already have an ID card. What if Marshall took Meekins' shit after Meekins woke up, he kicked him out, he used his ID card to get inside of there because he had an ID card himself. Remember, what's the name? Marshall is not actually a detective, so he don't have no clearance there. So why would he be here? The only reason why is because he's guarding the guard station. Easy access. But it's a theory. A nigga theory. It's shown being used twice. Please explain, witness. It's no real mystery, sir. The first time is when I relocated the Blue Badger to Evans' room. Then the second time is when I went to get him after everything settled down. Oh, I guess my theory just blew out the water then. Oh, like every FNAF theory every other goddamn year. I see. So it was during that second time. When? Yes, sir. That was when I swallowed the men on the security screen. I was the only one doing what I was trained to do, sir. Then I was suddenly attacked. Hold it right there. So if you were attacked, can you please tell us exactly what happened to you? It was a knife, sir. A knife. Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you. What happened then? Well, with me charging in on him like that, you looked as surprised as I was. You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. That's what I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus strangling to detain him. That's how I knew with the gas on my hand. If you just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be. When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed that man by his collar. I fought for my life, and then I did it.
Hold it!
You did what? What exactly do you mean that you did? I know it don't look the time, but I really a kung fu film, sir. You're like Naruto side character 452. You're one of them ninjas that got clapped during the Great Ninja War, my nigga. You're not Kung Fu Master. You're not Bruce Lee. You're not Jackie Chan. You're not the It Man, nigga. You're nothing. You're garbage. You're Jaden Smith from Karate Kid, except but Jaden Smith is Asian. The man that let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. You took his knife? I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure I closed my eyes like a man. I would feel like a man if I just beat your ass in this courtroom. Like, honestly, I can do it right now. The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of blood, and then the next thing I knew, yes, he pushed me right in my face, sir. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. It was probably Kumshu. About what time did you regain consciousness? No offense, sir, but now I'm supposed to know that. I was unconscious. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that was stupid. Of course, the report from the officer that woke up and witnessed about 5:30. He hit me right in the head, too. I woke up crying through the pain. You're a bitch. I'm not going to, shut up. That's nice. I mean, it's nice that you covered, that is. When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Yes, sir. The blue badger, sir. I returned in the interesting before things got out of hand. Well, we can all rest easy now. Alright. I believe now we have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains clear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? He's got a point. Yes, Officer Meekins. With regard to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Grant delivered it to me just this morning, sir. Chief Grant, huh? The chief delivered it? What is that? Videotape? Yes, sir! Was absolutely right, sir. Videotape, sir. Yes! Ray J and Kim K. It wouldn't be on, bro. It wouldn't be on a VHS tape. It will be on my computer, stuffly untucked under my files, nigga. That's where it'll be. Except footage from the security camera in the evidence room.
Objection!
What? But I specifically said if there was any such tape, and I was told it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at. Looks like the communication with the police department is as good as ever. Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim. Oh, please stop using that word murder, sir. It scares me. A video of a real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into? Well, they actually want to show us? Nigga, this is a found footage film of Five Nights at Dingleberries, nigga. What is this? Was that a Grand Wizard? What fell? That's Detective Kumshu's locker. What is going on here, bro? Hey, yo! Damn! Oh! They going at it! Hey, yo! So I believe we're all thinking the same thing. Yeah. That nigga beat his ass! Kung Fu moves my booty hole, nigga. You ain't do nothing. You got fumbled. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us? Batty, shot o'clock! Not the time, Judge. Not the time. What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood? Sir, that's the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. It's the Blue Badger, sir. Why am I not surprised it's going smoothly? Yes, well, anyway. The tape seemed to prove that the witness did indeed encounter someone in the evidence room, and some sort of activity did take place. Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness testimony will suffice. It is alright with you, Officer Meekins? Yes, sir. As you wish, sir. Let's get bootylicious. No Destiny's Child. His face can't be clearly seen in the video, but there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, opening a locker required Detective Goodman's fingerprints, too. The locker opened is unquestioning Detective Goodman's locker. So it must have been him. No one else could have locked it. Okay, then. What's this about a fingerprint? Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can be only opened by the detective that it belongs to. Intriguing. That would mean the victim at a crime scene would have been Detective Goodman. Very well, defense may begin cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with the contradictions. That's where I have to start. Alright, come on, let's get it. His face can't be clearly seen in the video. Wait, can we preview it? Let me see if we actually see it. Okay, that's when he comes in. Come on. You right. That can't be him though. Hold it right there. Tell me, were you able to get a good look at him? Out of the face with the man tattooed with the knife. Sir, we must label people as seen or not seeing the man's face. I believe I will be classified as the latter. The latter? But you were standing right in front of him, were you not? More to the point, you are the person who fought about you. Oh yes, sir. But I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at the people when talking with them, you know, sir? Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer. Get fucking promoted as a jail boy. Still, I'm sure it was him. I bet my badge on it. I bet my booty hole on it. No, did it? But there's no, because the other person was Detective Goodman, sir.
Hold it!
Hold it right there. But you don't know what for sure, do you? You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face. Well, I suppose you might say that. That is, you must label people have seen or not seen it. So the face can't be identified in the video, only you can verify. Why is everyone looking at me? If I had to label your stare as a discernment or Meekins. Yeah! Having been going in a questionable video best the best, we are not best for no best of moves. I did not read that correctly. I was jabbering on like somebody else from the bayou, my nigga. Now please, more certain when you testify. Yes, sir. You claimed the man who bandaged a knife on you was Bruce Goodman, correct? You tell us why you had the positive it was him. I mean, open the locker which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. Hold it right there. Above these lockers, is there no other way to open them? No, sir. I myself tried all kinds of methods in the past. Only one spawned to register fingerprints, sir. I wonder what kind of methods he's tried. Come, we will never know. If the man opened the locker lock, which only responds to the registered fingerprints, then he must have been the person whose locker was assigned to. But wait, wasn't that Detective Gumshoe's locker? Say my point, sir. This is too. And the locker you opened is questioning under Detective Goodman's locker, sir. Hold it right there. How do you know that information? I heard rumors, sir, from the people in the know, sir. People in the know? The workers in the apartment cafeteria, sir. They keep me informed. They also listen to my romantic trouble, sir. Nigga, you act like we need to know, my nigga. No, we don't! For the record, the open locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. They verified the information to the more reliable source. So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprint. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. Yes. However, the most important detail shown in the video was the man's face. Sir! If I may say something, sir, please do. After all, you are the one being examined. don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. And it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my bloody, sir. My unsettling state cannot testify to enough to this, sir. Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. That is, unless the defense can find a problem with it. Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again. Is there a problem with the security video? There is a problem! Regarding the video contained on this tape. There is something in particular that seems quite strange. Strange? The court contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may have not been Detective Goodman. What? This video contains such a contradiction? Objection right there. Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. I propose we have the defense point out us the alleged contradiction in the video. He will want me to point it out? Very well, proposal. Accept this. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence. Alright, how are we going to expect? How are we going to inspect anything when it's moving? I will not play a security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us the contradiction when you speak of. I have to point out the problem in the video. And it's the first time I've ever had to do that. Yeah, you can do it, Mr. Wright. I set up so you can fast forward, rewind, and pause the video. Let's take a good look inside. You're pointing out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video. How did this guy ever become a police officer? Nigga, we don't know. You probably did some dirty deeds for the fucking chief police. I'm gonna pause at the right time. There has to be some way to figure out who this nigga look like. Golly, there's like literally nothing. So boom, he throws him. Then that's when that nigga started bleeding all over him, gash. So that matches up. Hold on, play. We're gonna rewind all the way back. So boom, got hit, bop. Then that's when that nigga came over here. But we gotta rewind all the way a little bit further. Nigga's wearing gloves, isn't he? Hey, hold on, that nigga wearing gloves.
Take that!
That nigga wearing gloves. The thing that's strange about this video would have be this. Hold on a second. I need to get my eye drops. Well, I don't get it. Would you mind if I borrowed your eye medicine? Don't look at me with those beery eyes. Before your eye gets too teary, but I should just do this again. Alright, hold on. I think I know. I think I might know. Hold on. Return. Okay. Let's try this again. Hold on. Wait, let me see this real quick. Before he gets here. Right here. The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Officer Meekins. Sir, do you mean me, sir? As I understand, it's the locker apparatus works like this. When you grab the handle and censor your fingerprint, if it's a match, the light turns on and the lock is released. And according to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir. If so, there's something seriously wrong with the picture. He just opens it with ease. He didn't have to even use his fingerprint. Look, okay, so he walks over here, right? Shifting back, go over here. Motherfucker opens it. When the victim reaches the handle to open the locker, let's rewind a little earlier. He had gloves on. How? Here, notice this light? What's this? It's already lit. Precisely my point, Your Honor. The lock was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Just beat it. Just beat it. Beat by me, yeah. Order. What is the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. Sorry to get my little thing on here. But the locks are controlled by an electronic system. When the door is shut and the sensor is triggered, and the locker is automatically locked. Oh, I know. It must have been broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert in this. That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor will detect and report any malfunction. Oh well, it just goes to show that novices should keep their mouths shut. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Me, Your Honor? Yes. Why wasn't a locker locked? Me, Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, there isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Huh? Oh, maybe something like jam the system sensor? Something jammed in the sensor? Say, there's something else in that seems out of place in this video. Yeah, I thought so too. There's gotta be another clue somewhere in this footage. Very well. Let's inspect the video once more. Hold on. That glove, wait, was that glove wedged? Let me see something real quick. Enhance. Take that. Please watch closely. This is gonna get this is the continuation of this part I showed you earlier. Alright. So boom, it pans all the way to that nigga. Boom. Goes out. Then goes back in. And then when we open it, that right there, it falls out the locker. Boom. What's this? Something white fell out the locker. Well, I tried to show y'all earlier, but then y'all kept thinking I was tripping. But sir, it's my experience that things fall out the windows opened. Everything fall out the wrong way. This is when I open mine. Do we give a damn? No, we don't. We can't be sure that item was completely inside the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say? A penis. Between the sensor and the door. Inserted? Reminds me of the old days of 1968. Boom. Fell out. This white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of the 3 times to get stuck in the door when I have my patrol vehicle, sir. Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me. But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit through that door. Not only that, it would also have to be block electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator. Yeah, this litter, but the crime scene. There just might have been something that fits the description. But sir, by insulator you mean, you don't mean... I think I finally got this figured out. Yeah, we got the evidence right here. Very well. Would the defense please represent the relevant evidence? What was the insulator that stuck in the locker door? I found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove. But we can't be sure that was the victim's locker. It was a tag that says SO9 incident. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. If that's not so, Officer Meekins, sir, it would appear so, sir. Order, order, order. So, are we to believe then that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the middle of the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman?
Objection!
Do not be missaid, Your Honor. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The defense has merely demonstrated that the possibility has nothing more. The victim in this video, indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer more testimony to prove this. What? Officer Meekins, please testify about this. Sir! Me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, right away, sir. I'm drinking my chicken right now as we speak. Is this a joke? Bro, this is some bull, bro. Can we just get this over with? We found out the insulator. We should nab this in the butt. We should nab this in the butt, not bud, the butt. This one thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence, we must use their card ID. When an ID card is used as a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. Very interesting when we actually found out that Marshall had his card when he left. Big coincidence, huh? And ID card records, I see. I had the ID card record right here, Your Honor. Alright, let's see. The ID was used at 5:14 is that of the victim, just before the crime. Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing that strikes me as usual, several hundred cases should have been due for transfer. Why were there a few people used in this room? This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference. Yeah, There were only a few cases up to the transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. Right, I see. Now let's move on to the cross-examination. There's another one that proves you have to be good, sir. Hold it right there. So, unlike you earlier, your testimony, you believe this to be rock solid, do you? Yes, sir. Solid as stone, sir. Solid my hard-ass cock. Don't stop you there. We got children watching. Shut up. If my hand wasn't wrapped in bandages, I'd be giving the V for virgin sign, sir. I mean victory. Yes, victory! Couldn't he just use his right hand for that? Yeah, let's hear him out fully. As we've seen, one never knows what he might say until the very last second. To enter the evidence room, you must have an ID card. Hold it right there. Is that card hanging from the neck one of these ID cards? Yes, sir! This card right here is my cuff, sir. I keep it right there so I won't ever forget it. But what if someone were to steal it from you from the open like that? Let me analyze this footage real quick. As you can see, this is where the part where Detective Goodman, my quote-unquote father, comes in. He walks away, goes to his locker. While he's at his locker, boom, that glove falls out. He has easy access, no booty hole. Then the nigga walks out with his card in his neck. Now pay attention to his neck during this whole thing when he's slumped on the ground. Boom. Yes, you still see the card, right? They fighting, they boxing, they getting pummeled in a booty hole. Cheeks out exposed. The nigga right there with an ID card. What if he took that ID card? Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. I remember when I said 2 cut up 3 times, my tie stuck in when I get on my car. Well, that remaining time is my ID card that gets stuck. Standing on car closing, my ID card chokes me. Maybe I should just leave this one alone. At any rate, each police officer only has one ID card. Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this. Please proceed with your testimony. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. Hold it right there. Let's be noted that this is the record the witness referred to. Let me see. Yes, that will be it. Detective Goodman. What's the matter? According to this, Mr. Edgeworth, your name is on here. So it is, Your Honor. What's going on here? It would seem the inquiry committee will want to speak with you again. I have nothing to be ashamed of regarding my actions or their consequences. For now, let us continue with the cross-examination. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. It must be so difficult for him. More difficult for him? Nigga, for us! If we fail, you're supposed to go to jail. Or prison. Being butt buddy with the next P. Diddy, the female one. At the time of the crime, the detectives that use this. Oh no, wait, hold on, huh? No! Wait, why'd it go? Hold on, let me go back over there. Hold it right there. Earlier, I believe you justified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife out on you. Yes, sir. He didn't show me any ID card, sir. Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had an ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife. Maybe he just panicked? Okay, I have a couple theories. And I gotta listen to me real quick. Remember when we found the ID card, the first episode of this entire goddamn DLC? We found it, Maya told us to pocket it, yada yada yada. We get it. When I look, remember we was talking about this, right? I didn't look at the title. It says Goodman Lost Item Report. If you check it, name ID, it's scratched out. Look, it's a 9, then like a 7, then like a 4. It's this. It has to be. Objection! There's nothing else. Wait one more moment, Officer Meekins. Also, my damn microphone didn't record because I didn't connect it to my goddamn wire to my goddamn mic. So y'all had to be all looking like the ghetto audio, looking like it was echoey for multiple times a second. I'm not gonna wait, sir. I have a victim's ID card right here. I found at the crime scene. That makes sense. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. So smart! Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. Lost item report was only half completed. but it showed that Detective Goodman had lost something on that day of the crime. Had something important enough to fill out his report. Let me guess, you believe that this something is an ID card, right? I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability that it is. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying this card. Order, order, order. So now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require that much thought. The man Officer Meeker's account of the evidence was not Detective Goodman, but rather a man who stole his ID card. Clock it, sis! Order, order, order. Does this prosecution have any response? I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright. Bravo. Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room is Officer Meeker's encounter was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker at the evidence room was already unlocked. The second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes. What's up? What's he up to? That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at the single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, the murder in the evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. That is... Well, I guess that's right. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago you seemed content in pointing your finger around. This isn't going to end well. Well. It seems you finally realized exactly what you've gone to lengths to prove. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. Wait, what is he talking about? The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim is in the video is fake, which means the murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 the day of the crime. So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot, at the prosecutor's office, the murder being Miss Lana Scott, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness. Observe the moment the defendant used the murder weapon. I knew the testimony was way too shallow. It was all a trap from the beginning. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim, Officer Meeker's encounter? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, you have to do something or else Lana... Come on, Mia. Possess is what y'all big titties! It's time what I always do. I'm energized! Objection! One moment, Your Honor. What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting what you just proven. Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. What are you talking about? This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. Okay. What is it showing? I didn't even notice that. I didn't even go to that part of the video. However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder of the parking lot. That video was creepy as hell though. I like the little blue badger theme. That's gonna haunt me for days. Specifically, the large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further explanation into the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth, in this court, which examine this further, other witness will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have to not prepare any other witness for this incident. Nuh-uh! Objective! This might be my last chance. Get that nigga Marshall here now! Time to call the trained Texas Ranger on the stand. Mr. Wright? Do you mean? Your Honor, the defense elected to request a specific witness, the famous stripper! Oh? Whom do you have in mind? Someone with a reason to believe he knows the truth. Someone who knows how to suck dick hard. Who knows how to get blowjobs as well. The truth behind the activity that took place in the evidence room. The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would like to testify. Let's call my niggas Was this his or her name? Gosh, I'm a trap card with that nigga. Objection! Officer Jake Marshall. YM. I can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel like we should hear what he has to say. The prosecution agrees to the defense request. Since he was responsible for the guard in the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Very well. The court will take 30-minute recess while we take the witnesses Punani? I don't know how to read that! Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? We will, Your Honor. Court is now on recess. I'm back. I had to get something to drink. I was very parched and thirsty. And I gotta say all the text lines too, or else I would just let y'all read on the screen, not do shit. There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Huh? What do you mean? You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you figured out everything out. Huh? I haven't figured anything out. Lana, you're the one who knows everything. Emma, you always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. Well, damn, bitch, I might slap you right in front of everybody else, right in front of those 2 police officers. What they gonna do to stop me, huh? How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me? Oh, I'm not interrupting anything, pal. What's good, my nigga? What's good? Come chill. Stank bitch, I didn't ask for your approval. It's Comshoe, my homie! What's wrong with the ... How'd you been for nigga Robert V2 head ass? Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Damn, well, shit. Wait, Detective Comshoe! What is it? You got a lot of nerve, pal, making Detective Runner all around while on duty. And to top it off, you called me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Sorry, Detective. You better be, pal. Hey! 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 I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor Sky! That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked? Oh! My apologies, Deadwood. Due to my present circumstances and bitch-ass niggas, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. My name? Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring the SO9 incident files? I knew them by noon. Talk about crazy. The SO9 incident? But Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright would need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might need to do what we read them. I can't believe you. The chief prosecutor. We're a witness in that case. Miss Sky was a witness? The table flips and turns, my nigga. Turns sideways right now. Take it from me. You don't want anything to do with serial murders. Oh, what? Now I brought you your stuff. You're gonna ignore me? Emma, but why? Why is your name in here? What? My name is in there? I don't know. Unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana, this SO9 incident, is that... So y'all not gonna tell me, but y'all gonna say like little teasers like y'all niggas from Marvel, DC, nigga. This ain't no comic book to be continued. Y'all better say some shit before I crash it! That's the classification number. The police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it was the Joe Dark killings. But the only thing dark around here is Afro's big black eyes. See, I was gonna say something funny, but all of a sudden you gotta cut me off and say some bullshit like this. Quit talking about me! The Joe Dark. No, Lana. That's over with. No! Emma, wait! She ran away. You know what? I just remembered. I gotta be, shaking hands in the street. I forgot I got work to do, you know what I'm saying? Go by the Salvation Army, wear my diaper out in the street, you know, shake some ass in the street. Make some change, you know, make some slight change over at Club 69. I'll be back if you need me, never. Jake Marshall, Angel Star, Damon Grant, Miles Edgeworth. not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence. Knowing you just might be able to figure out. Time to get back to the trial. Mr. Wright, best of luck. I better be taking a look at his file. To be continued. Do I really want to stop it here? Do I really want to stop it here? Should I keep going? Should this be a long episode? Fuck it, we ball. We ain't ending here for nothing. It's gonna be a long episode. Y'all better strap in and get your goddamn food, nigga. And if you at a restaurant, set your phone up and put your AirPods in! Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Emma didn't come back. Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge guards to the evidence room on the day of the crime. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Why are you gulping like that? What do you have in that cup that's so delicious and ripe? Me, partner? Oh, I'm just a man, same as you. Wandering on the trail of civilization. Type shit, my nigga, what the fuck, man? Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections. Yeah, we get it, my nigga. Continue. Oh, I know. You're a patrolman. This is for my name, you listen hard enough. You can hear the howling wind call now. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. Howling wind? I never heard Edgeworth described that way before. Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room when the day of the crime took place. Is this correct? According to the papers, partner. What do you mean? A desperado's soul is boundless as this is sands. No paper can sum it up. Maybe it's the best we get on this quickly. Please share with us your testimony on the day of the crime. Oh, I stuttered again. Damn it! In plain old English. Alright, yeah, talking on me, nigga. We know you're not protected. You really snitching. You really just self-snitching yourself. Like, you self-reporting yourself for no reason. My job was to keep the wary eye on the bone orchard. They said I was opposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room was protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember correct, I was at the street side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you come by the ammo, it's time I hit the trail. I can't say particularly I care for your attitude. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining, bitch ass nigga. Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems? I mean the security system in the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpole like you knows about those. Yes, well, what about those fingerprint activated locks on the evidence lockers? Fingerprint activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those? Quit lying, nigga. You're not that out of the loop under the right and you don't know about what your workplace has. He's not being very helpful. He's not doing good with machines or following with orders. Everyone's got their own weaknesses. Now don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright. He's all yours. Go get him, my nigga. Appreciate you. Let's cross them in this bitch ass. My job was to keep wary on the bone orchard. Hold it right there. How exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room? I just made sure that nothing moved in the security camera monitor. That room still. Even Tom dies there, but it's a caretaker who interred the recordings. You interred them? Don't videos or nothing aren't that useful when the whole time I could erase the tape. If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes are used to be erased every 6 hours. Each time I'd erase the tape, it felt like erasing a part of my life. This guy has a flair for dramatic, but this one doing me good. Yeah, we get it, the theatrics of you being the old Wild West. Hope you get tuberculosis like Arthur Morgan himself. Sorry for spoiling, but y'all should have played that game a long time ago. So, in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but it ain't my style. Hold on right there. But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right? Ain't you heard a word I said, partner? I told you that I ain't my style. I'm afraid I don't understand. No desperado, I know let's rules get in his way. No desperados I know join the police force. This dumbass nigga, I can't even deal with him. So, Officer Marshall, Officer Marshall, the Diddy detective, on the day of the crime, just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that? Sorry, partner, can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks. How does the guy avoid being fired? Besides, the rooms are protected by 2 security systems anyway. If you haven't been there in weeks, when you say you don't even know what the fingerprints are, hold on right there. You used to be a detective, so you would have used the evidence in room pass, correct? Of course. Back in the day in my locker was a gold mine of evidence. And yet you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism? Sorry, partner. I ain't good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how the bot works. That's quite incredible. That the sensors locked in handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence. Now that he mentions it, Detective Cumshoe sets up like that too. Okay, we get some more. Give us some more info. Give us some more booty. I mean info. I said booty on purpose. It was supposed to be a joke, but I fumbled it at the end. God damn. At any rate, it doesn't seem that it's relevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place? If I remember right, I was at a street side saloon at the time it went down. Hold it right there. What were you doing in a place like that? I was eating spaghetti. Not even Angel Steak lunches can beat me out that pile of Von Gold's Sophia pasta. Just yapping for no reason. You abandon your police duties to eat some noodles? Not all this for us to eat tacos, partner. We have to eat them chains, if you know what I'm saying. That's not what I meant. I hope this will at least taught you a lesson. That's strange. This is usually where Edgeworth says, did you not want to raise this year? The nigga just left his post, you would've got him fired. It's so idiotic. Out of ammo. Officer Marshall, that's right, partner. Or as you call it, evidence. If you plan to pit me to this crime, you would be better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back to the western sunset. One thing seems to be clear. Despite being responsible for the guard in the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have anything. Texans don't make orders for anyone. Everybody knows that. Apparently your superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card in my safe, so I best keep my cool. Before I use it though, I better up the ante. My job was to keep a wary eye on the orchard. Hold on, let me see something real quick. So, he left? Okay, followed your dark killer 2 years ago. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room protected by 2 security systems anyway. What about this shot though? The witness statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. Fuck me.
Objection!
There you go. My whole thing was just fumbled. Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called in to testify like this. You wet, aren't you? I mean nervous. Cause you know when you get nervous you get sweaty, right? You know, like you get nervous. After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime, and yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at that scene. Or to be exact, a handprint. Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects, that is, make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints will be in there. Hold on. Nuh-uh. I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood. Watch this wombo combo. Witness, what is the meaning of this? Your blood-stained fingerprints were on the crime scene? The blood was wiped away. However, a luminal test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall, it seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. I take you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall, about the blood-stained fingerprints. Very well, you may begin your testimony about the fingerprints I found at the scene of the crime. I have to pay attention, like reading, because when I read it and I don't connect it to anything else, I start skipping over and I get confused. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be on the evidence room. No, because you barely even go in there. Plus, then you say you don't even be bothered with that junk. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the bloodstained fingerprint. The murderer touched the locker when my fingerprint was on by chance. The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See, I had nothing to do with it. The witness explanation appears valid. Although there's no room for doubt, life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner. You're not Bob Ross. You're not gonna give us fulfillment with actual words, my nigga. You're speaking yapology. Shut up! The defense may now cross-examine the witness. This guy's hiding something. I can feel it. Now there's my chance to prove it. Like I said, it's the only option for my fingerprints to be in the evidence room. Hold it right there. That's because you, how did you put it, pay your respects once a month? Yeah, that's right. That and more one thing. That locker happens to be mine. What? What do you mean? I meant what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. All that's in there now is a heap of broken dreams. I see. It be straining my person from wearing all over that locker. Apparently his fingerprint data was never removed from the locker's programming. He must have been using a fingerprint to look at this time without ever knowing it. Okay. The print had been wiped. Huh, that's weird. That's suspicious. One of them is happened to be the bowl. Hold it right there. So then, what about the bloody handprint? Was it mine? It's no mystery. Please explain. My locker is covered with my fingerprints. It just so happened the murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. Hold it right there again. The chances of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1. On the contrary, one could be the opposite. The chances of it are that are not. Happening are 1,000,000 to 1. Get one thing straight, partner. You ain't gonna get the reward from me of mere fingerprint, and yeah, you never gonna get to shed that beard because all you shaving is nut hairs. You wanna know why? The blood stain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. They are different as night and day. Kind of like cereal, and porn and corn. You get the difference. No, I don't get the difference at all. That has no correlation with anything with corn. One's got to do with breakfast, the other one got to do with murder. He's right. Although seemingly alike, they're totally different. I don't see what homonyms have to do with this. Or do you know the murderer was wearing gloves? How do you know that? I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep with the reports. There was a blood stain at the scene that thought they lived by the murder. That's right. It was found on Detective Cumshoe's locker. However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint. Oh yeah, I think we tried that too. So, what would that mean? The murderer wearing gloves happened to place their hand on top of the marshal's fingerprint? That's the only logical conclusion. Are you starting to get the picture, partner? Nope, not at all. I'm starting to get a whole shitty picture. Shit all over it. Brown, green, yellow, whatever type of poop you poop out. I mean, I poop off the rainbow sometimes. So, you know, when I eat some Skittles, taste the rainbow. The picture? The seal of blood in the desert is just food for the buzzards. There's only one reality, and that's this. The security tape? So long my child is in there, you can't say otherwise. This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination. Yes, sir. Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall. Too bad it wasn't me in that video, right, partner? Hold it right there. What do you mean by that? You want me to tie me into this crime? Isn't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you only have. Object, hold on. But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots. Blind spots? Places you can't see. The camera's panning back and forth the floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on the tape.
Objection!
We don't have time for speculation, Mr. Wright. Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in the video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now. Alright, I know I might die here, but I gotta show some evidence. Very well. Allow me to point your mistake, Officer Marshall. Tread carefully, Mr. Wright. You may wind up being one making the mistake. Now then, let's have another look at the video. Show us this incriminating evidence on the witness. Officer Jake Marshall. Boom, it's not there. Because I know what I'm talking about. So let's fast forward. Boom, he comes around there, gets smacked up. Right here. Is it? Bringing our attention back to the security camera is a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall. The days are short in Texas, and it sure are tempers. Could you sum up what you say in 8 words or less? Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. Shut up! You have no aura. You have negative plus aura after you shave your nut hairs. The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. Before it didn't pop up. I noticed that the first time we seen it. That locker, the judge with the white claw sticking out. That was the witness, I believe. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. I'm sorry, I was trying to do rewind noises and it didn't fucking work. Go behind that. You will see no white claw. Oh, the white claw, it's gone. What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall? When the crime took place, the white cloth was in there. Then it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away. Come on now, we rolling with the punches. We rolling with the punches. Order. Hold your horses. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man. So what if my locker was open? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. Nigga, your fingerprint. The murder needed to hide something, so you opened the locker and stuck it in. It's not my fault he having to choose mine. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man? Because they're fingerprinted. Stupid. This guy just isn't just playing dumb. He just really doesn't know. I hate to run on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker. Oh yeah? I call your bluff. You say open locker, now prove it.
Take that!
The fingerprint sensor. Oh, he's sweating bullets! Yes, sir. We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by detectives they belong to. What kind of crazy talk is this? Well, Detective Cumshoe did mention something about this. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people who are on the force that don't even know how to fingerprint locks. Damn it, I stuttered again. So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less? What the hell is he buying? What is he buying? I only get 1 word for you, partner. No! Order. Witness, explain yourself. If this is a joke, it's the worst I've heard. I assure you that this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. Quit eating that meat! Ole! Please answer the question. What is he now, a bullfire? That's alright, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here. We can? Have a look at these floor plans. Let's see it real quick. There's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yeah, Officer Marshall and Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall. I said that wrong completely. I keep stuttering, I can't read! If that's so, then where was the witness? It seems Mr. Wright has an answer. That's right. The only possible conclusion. Well then, let's hear it.
Take that!
Right here? Officer Marshall was standing right here. So Officer Meekins didn't notice him standing there? That's almost credible as Meekins' warp theory. Your chamber's empty, partner. Better reload. I may be a dumbass nigga, but I wasn't born yesterday. Officer Marshall was standing right here. There, but that's where the victim Detective Goodman was. Correct, unless the man wasn't actually Detective Goodman. I believe the victim was in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you dressed like Detective Goodman.
Objection!
Come on now. But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the scene of the crime. And once he saw the man's face, he knew for sure. Objection. May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins didn't even know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his card, sir. Yes? And how did Detective Goodman respond? He suddenly put a knife on me! Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it? Yes, he would have just needed to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it. The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture's on his card. Oh, I get it. If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Exactly. Also, Mikas would have realized that man wasn't Detective Goodman. And it will also add up to the fact that when it went missing, when Marshall walked out the door and Maya looked or Emma looked and said, hey, there's a card there. And Phoenix grabbed it when he left out the door. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall? Again, eat your meat, your stringy little meat. Got quiet and imagination, partner. Well, you got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it. You're going to have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as a victim. I can't say I particularly care for your cooperative disposition. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as a victim? Well, who am I kidding? I don't even know anything like that. I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. It's like you're the one who could take the desert heat. This can't be happening. So obviously the one, but what can I do? Edgeworth coming in clutch? It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. I'll pass on to you what somebody told me when I was starting out. When you run into the wall with no place to go, return to the basics. The basics? Object? For me, that would be what me used to tell me. Just object! Phoenix, try to think outside the box. I miss her. I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. But rather I should look for evidence that came about when because he was in disguise. Why do you think this locker would have opened in the first place? What do you mean? There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at that time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later it has been. Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker. According to the defense attorney. I need to pay attention for this. Officer Jacob Marshall dressed up as a Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason. The fact that a white cloth is sticking outside the locker seems kind of to indicate that. He opened it in order to put the cloth inside. So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth? Perhaps this video is a key to look on and answer questions. I don't have any evidence this video is only shot. Very well. Let's take yet another look at the security tape. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Saved, just in case. Okay, nothing on him that's really suspicious. Okay, keep going. Fast forward a little bit. That's when it was boxing, so boom. I think I found the answer. Hold on, let me rewind it again. So then that's when that happened. Rewind it again, rewind it back a little bit.
Take that!
No! I didn't. For some reason, you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room and thought I don't know what in yet. However, something unexpected happened. Officer Mikas barged in on you. When you asked to show your ID card, you pulled on a knife on him. Well, did I accidentally actually answer it? I'm just that nigga. However, the Officer Mikas panicked, and the white coat you was wearing was solid with blood. Or soiled with blood. I'm sorry, soiled like my pants are right now playing this game. A bloody white coat. You couldn't just walk out like that. You hid the coat in your locker. Not bad, partner. Now then, Officer Marshall. Are you ready to tell us the truth? Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, if you were only half as persistent in U.S. words today, y'all wouldn't have to be here right now, would we? Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it. Alright. It seems that the time has come. Just spill the beans, nigga. Spill the beans. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole it to the ID just like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. The man should escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. So the supposed victim was really you? But there's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of large quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's the only donor. It was way too much blood for such a small donation. Alright, let's keep going. I had to do it. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. Let what die? When you say it, you mean, do you even have to ask, partner? That's so non-incident. 2 years have passed since the case closed. It was going to completely end with the transfer that day. Not if I had anything to do with it. The incident was not over. But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? When a case was closed, the only lead detective can only look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at myself one more time. No matter what the cost. I don't care what anybody says, partner. That case was mine. But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it? That day was my last chance. That's why I'ma check something real quick. I'ma go to the present real quick. Now, take in mind, this is the floor plans. That is real suspicious that there's a pool of blood there. Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman? If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out evidence transfer, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. So you did it to fool the security cameras. And the detective's ID card? I stole that the morning of the incident. So that really was why Goodman started filing out the lost item report. I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot. That's when we met! The ID card I found was left by my Officer Marshall. So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight? What did you mean, partner? I mean the fingerprint activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that locker by yourself. But he couldn't because the rubber glove just happened to get stuck in the door. That means that Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. Which means that pool of blood probably was caused by that, but for what reason, well, we don't know yet. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. He pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off. Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no longer than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time. Officer Meekins certainly is one in a million type person. Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding it to be shown his ID? I have to think that a little bit more after the raise this year. When did Edgeworth get so much influence? Anyway, he threw himself at me and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry, it had to turn out that way. With me no one knocking him out and everything. By the way, what happened to your knife? Oh, you mean this one? I don't know what to say. Nigga just casually just shaving his pubic hair with the same knife? So you knocked Officer Meekins out and managed to escape. I knew which areas could be caught in the camera. So you did your research beforehand. Those who got into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference though. The security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all that gone as planned, no footage would have been left. However, you bloodied your coat when you struggled with Officer Meekins. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there. What was Officer Meekins doing in that time? What else? He was sleeping like a baby. So what you're saying is, on that day, there wasn't any murder evidence on 515.
Hold it!
But the blood found in the scene certainly indicates the crime took place. What are you, blind? The victim shown on that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. So you stole the evidence from the locker. Actually, no, I didn't. Why not? When I opened the locker, evidence was already gone. What? Mr. Edgeworth, where is that evidence? It's still missing, Your Honor. What is that evidence is missing? Until the good Miss Zaka was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing? Fire away, partner. Free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not that is my answer. Why did you do this? Stealing the detective's ID, injuring a police officer? This is no small offense. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. You will have serious consequences. You can't be forgetting with a simple cut in salary. Not that salary because of our invalid solution. I love this background OST. I'm sorry, I always love it. Like I said, this isn't your case. This is one mine. I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with. The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. I can't forget SO9 incident. You know why. But that case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it? That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room. Okay then, Joe Dark was convicted for his crimes. One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence. I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murders, didn't it? I didn't intend to complain about how it turned out, but there's something that still bothers me. Something went down that trial. Something no one would talk about. What happened? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. Why is so concerned about the incident? Maybe I should press him about set him with what I think his real reason is. I had a feeling why I'm here sooner or later. Everyone is involved is related somewhere to that case. I better take another look at the files. Okay, 1 out of 4. Incident number SO9, closed. Perpetrator Joe Dark, crime, serial murder, sentence, death. Also, that nigga dead now. Edward Jones, Jason Knight, Edith Kirby, Rachel Moss, Jeb Bates, and Neil Marshall. Head prosecutors: Miles Edgeworth, witness Lana Sky, Emma Sky. Oh, there was a witness of that murder. Investigative Task Force, Executive Investigator Damon Gantz, and Lana Sky. Head investigators: Bruce Goodman, Investigator Jake Marshall, and Angel Star. Neil Marshall. Alright, hold on. I think I may have it. I think I might have our final bullet. I hope. I know I'm finna lose some health on this, but I have to try. Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about SO9 incident. Sounds like you've been slipping too much cactus juice, partner. I had the SO9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here by a different name. Ooh, peak interest. I gotta scratch my ear because, ooh, buddy, having headphones on for this longest period of time really gets the itches in. In the list of murder victims, Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man? Neil Marshall? Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the name. 2 years ago, he received the same lousy prosecutor award you got. What? A prosecutor? He must have been talking about the King of Prosecutors Award. Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SO9 case before I did. That's right. He was killed. Then the case fell into your hands. But what's this relation to you? He was my brother. This game is so goated, bro. I can't keep talking about it, gang. He was an investigating the murders with Damon Wright and the deputy chief of police. The group of detectives I was a part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Why that nigga like that one girl off of Degrassi? No, it wasn't Grassy. Glee. Yeah, I will show a picture up here. But they kind of look the same. I ain't gonna hold that all game. No disrespect. She's flying in real life. I've seen her outfit. She's styling though. Joe Dark. My brother fought Drake. Oh, Drake? What am I talking about? My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed. At least according to the public records. What do you mean? My brother couldn't even been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. And that is it? That's your reason for this insane actions? There's more of my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me. It's getting juicy. Just in a nice prime rib steak with a large seasoning would come with some, some olive oil, with some paprika, with some oregano on that motherfucker. I'm hungry. I'm sorry. I gotta eat after this recording. I ain't gonna hold your dog gang. Well, at least there's one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime. That was the last day the SO9 case would be opened. Not satisfied with this resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Mika's confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. The things that happened by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time, the murder at the prosecutor's office. This fake murder was going on at the police department. Damn. Chance? It's gotta be more than... Yeah! Didn't Marshall, what's her name? Angel Starr and Bruce Goodman, all them were in cahoots together, which means somehow this is all planned. That wasn't a game, that was my controller. Controller drift is a bitch, and these controllers suck ass. So, if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one, which in turn means the one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Scott. Dang! Object that. But wait, a verdict hasn't been reached in yesterday's trial, which is why we examined the incident in the police department today. But there's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There are yet to be remain the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. It seems to me, the boys got a draw on you, partner. All the mysteries at the police department have been resolved, no doubt about it. The sole purpose of murder that took place at the prosecutor was only suspect Lana Scott. And testimony Angel Starr is completely incontestable. If you have a response, make it a single word or less. I rest my case. It's like there's too many plot holes to this jump, bro. It seems the trial has reached the conclusion. There's no room for doubt. Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time. It's proven the alleged murder at the police department. There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apartment murder on the security camera's tape really was fake. But I didn't realize that they would end up proving Lana guilty. Oh no! So now then, the runner right to court finds the defendant. Hold it! Come on, Emma! I need a lap around. Yes, sir! Oh man! I was getting worried there! Your Honor, wait! Emma? The defense has an objection. A scientific objection! Right? What do you even mean, right? Mr. Wright, are you this girl's guardian? Your Honor, innocence. Please, Your Honor. All I'm asking is a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please. I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3. Let's do this jump. locked in, activated. I was kind of in shock. Me finding out the SO9 incident referred to the killings of Joe Dodd. Now that she mentions it, the names of both Sky sisters were in that file. But that's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew the fingerprints had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing. The other handprint. You mean the traces of blood are found to the shoe's locker? No fingerprints were found on it, right? No, but I figured if examined it scientifically, it'd be sure to find a clue. So I ran over it again and looked over it again. So did you find something? Huh? Sorry, I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator at all. Is that all? Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student. Girl, what are you doing up there? You don't bring actual evidence. You're not helping us at all. All you're doing is ruining a kiss for your own sister. And I'm just an attorney. But Mr. Wright, these traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them, please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone has to say Lana, it's you. Me? Oh boy. We gotta tee up again. Lock in. Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. With regard to said the police department, does any reason would doubt remain? It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Looking at the floor plans, the blonde print was discovered around the hair. Is there a problem with this? Mr. Wright, I'm sorry, I can't be more of use. But still, if you can't find anything wrong with the blood mark, Lana will be... Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day. Yes, Your Honor. If I need this now concentrated, it's now. Come on, gang. Let's focus. What could be wrong with the handprint that said the country locker? Could there be something I'm missing? Objection! Thumbnail, bitches. This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. The only thing that seems clear is you're grasping, Mr. Wright. You've been staring pretty intently on those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them? Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Missing? You mean something that hasn't been drawn on here? Yes, something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mark. Let us spread the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright. With all the evidence here, there's got to be something we can use. The question is, which can prove something that's missing on the floor plan? A real nigga just found a discovery. And if this is true, I hope this is not true, but if this goes back to this nigga right here, bro, I am done with the entire thing. I am so done. What about that piece of plywood? There is no way, bro. A blue badger, the mascot of the police force. I'm fucking done with this goddamn. I'm so done with this. Like, I am done. Like, holy shit. Defender of truth, guardian of the proof. When it's big, I stick my dick in it. I don't care about no saying. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Please look at the floor plans of this crime scene. The blue badger is not here. So watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Well, what? That's right. So long as the blue badger is dancing here, it will be impossible to place a handprint on this spot in the locker. What? So that means, just exactly what does that mean? It means it can't be done. What are you saying? Blood traces are usually undoubtedly found in that locker. Don't look at me. I didn't put it there. Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically. How the fuck you get over there? On that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the blue badger to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker. So that must mean the blood mark was left there before the blue badger was even brought in? Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash, booty hole, bing bang boom, chicka-lay ding dang bong in my courtroom. Whatever you just said there, I'll accept it myself. It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once but twice. But how? One time was captured on his tape taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand from which a trivial moment amount of blood fell. The problem is, the other time, someone bled prior to the struggle shown in his tape. It had to be. It had to be Detective Goodman when he was really murdered!
Objection!
That's ridiculous! I refuse to accept your absurd claim!
Objection!
Objection! The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be fake. However, come on, Phoenix! That does not explain the blood mark found on the lock.
Objection!
Jack me again, nigga. I will smack you in your booty! So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves when it occurred. When did the first incident occur? Summarize the defense claims that Prosecutor Officer Meekins is cut by the Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman. Another incident took place in that evidence room. That's right, the blood markers on the locker that proves this. Very well, then tell us. When did this first incident occur? Miss Wright, proof must be presented. Proof that shows the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that. Now then, will the defense please present the evidence? This shows the first crime took place. Gotta focus. Alright, so let's see. Let's do any possible things. Record of parking the prosecutor's end of 512. The only solution I can ever have is the floor plans. Ooh, I'm gonna take a gander.
Take that!
This is the proof. It's quite simple, you see. If it's so simple, then why don't you get it wrong? If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had entered it. And in order to do so, the IQ card would have been acquired. An ID card. Oh, the ID card record. The Officer Meekins dropped the Blue Badger evidence around 5:14 or 4:40. Ah, my dumb ass. The crime took place. My seat feel like it's like broke. Is my seat broke? Might need to get a new replacement. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. Miles Edgeworth, just what have you done? I never would have figured you had the nerve, boy. Drop the actors. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure it out. Couldn't have been me. Nope, I ain't getting it. I'm afraid you don't understand either. It's clear from the luminal test the blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. I would have just gotten 10 minutes before the murder victim. Exactly, that's why I knew it wasn't Edgeworth, because on his ticket it showed it was a minutes, 10 minutes. And clean up the blood, unfortunately, that's physically impossible. That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room. I've said this before. Let's take a look at the chart again. I said this junk in earlier episodes. There's only one card I'm remembering. 7-7. Whose card is that? Talk about a lucky number. But wait, that isn't making sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room? Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murder. That's the only plausible explanation. I'm looking at you real suspicious, Chief Prosecutor. What's the Chief Prosecutor's ID? We already know this nigga's ID. We already know this nigga's ID. We don't know his yet, but I doubt he actually did it. She barely did anything with this case. So I definitely doubt she did this shit. Nobody up and down didn't do this shit. Except for one man. He went in with 77777777777. That's too many sevens I just counted. Mr. Edgeworth, please look at this ASAP. Find out whose ID number this is. 77777. Okay, we get it. That one's 7 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm able to look up the owner ID card. At least at present. What? Explain yourself, son. The ID number 77777 belongs to someone with a rank of a captain or higher. Drop the case. So-called executive officer. We don't have any authority to inquire into such a person's identity.
Objection!
That's ridiculous. Just how... I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There's one situation where we can grant such authority. If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted. An official charge? You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate if you keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask the question. Yes. No, not you. To her. The defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive. Lana?
Objection!
Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course, we've looked up her ID number. It is not 7777777. Don't play with me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident. The SO9 incident. Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Ah, shoot. Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? I heard him fine. Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution of the trial. At that time, occasionally, we felt powerlessness of the law. At least I did. Lana! I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law. Defendant! Just what are you saying? I asked you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me in and investigate it in that crime in the eye and say that you did? Prosecutor, you did it. I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Why won't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Nigga, you're not Tupac. You're not. Biggie Smalls. You're not part of Junior Mafia. And if you are, you're some punk ass bitches. As Tupac said before. We did what we had to in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But Lana! Even if it involved forging evidence. She forged the evidence? See? That's what I'm talking about. No. No! Order! 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 There is no way! Lana's remarks caused such an uproar. The chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day. Alright, y'all. This is a long ass episode. Wow. So now we got a lot of retrospective on the situation. So now that we know that all the rumors about Edgeworth forging evidence, it wasn't actually him. Now that we know that Lana did it, and now all people blame Edgeworth on it, that's the reason why Edgeworth struggles with it to this day. It was because of Lana, and she didn't say that shit. This is a long episode. This probably might be a long episode. I understand, you know, people don't have a long attention spans or whatever. But if you watch all the way to the end, man, y'all better had a good eating while watching the episode, cause this was long. I had to edit this shit fast as fuck, sooner or later. But y'all, man, love y'all. I think we're almost at the end. We're getting almost to the end. I just didn't want to stop because like it just didn't feel right to stop because I feel like the motions kept going. So I had to keep going with this. But y'all, man, I appreciate y'all. We almost done with Aceattorney, and after we're done with the Aceattorney DLC, we can go ahead and go do a tier list on our favorite characters, whatever the case is, wherever may that be. When that video drops, I'll tell y'all when it drops. But y'all, man, I hope y'all loved this video, man. Hope y'all had a good day. I hope I made y'all days feel even more better. But man, y'all, I don't want to hold y'all back. But as I say in every video, man, soak in greatness in the least, not in regret. And I see y'all in another episode of Aceattorney.